You are a very intuitive person. We are all very intuitive. It's just that most people don't know how to utilize that power effectively or for their own benefit. I do. And I don't use it, I'm not good at it by accident, I'm good at it by design. When I realized that intuition was one of my higher faculties, we have perception, the will, reason, imagination, memory, and intuition. When I realized that this was a mental faculty that I could strengthen, I made up my mind I would. I have since come to the conclusion intuition is God's way of talking to you. That's right. God being the supreme power, that which is. It's through your intuition that you pick up vibration. Now think of this. When you come up with a question, bang, like that, the answer's with it. You can't have a question without an answer. I think Webster said there's a question without an answer. It's called a rhetorical question. That's a statement. That's not a question. Every question has an answer. Every question. When you ask the question, the answer comes with it. It's our intuitive mind that will pick that up. Now that's what we want to really try and understand. Now the question always is, how do you develop your intuition? Well, I often tell people in a seminar, every person has an aura or an energy around them. And you can learn to feel that energy. As you start talking to them and they carry on a conversation with you, really you can feel the energy that's coming from them. Now, how do you do that? By focusing all of your attention on them. Now, that may be hard to do because until we really get comfortable with ourselves, we're wondering, what do they think of me? Now, think about it. If you really want to win in life, whenever you're talking to somebody, give them your undivided attention. And if you do that, you're going to start to feel things. You'll start to feel their energy. If there's a shift in their mood like that, you'll know it. That's your intuition. Now, that's how you develop your intuition. And you're giving them your undivided attention. Say, what am I feeling? And start to get used to, what do you feel? Not what do you hear, what do you feel? Really listen to them. Listen carefully. Now, you hear with your ears, but you listen with your emotions. You've got to let yourself get very emotionally involved in what they're saying. You'll feel it. When you go into a restaurant, sometimes you'll sit down and you're waiting and you don't really like it. And a waiter or waitress comes over and they'll say, "Can I help you?" You may say, "I'll have a cup of coffee, please." You really don't want to stay there, so you didn't want to order a meal. You get the coffee, you pay for it, you leave. You don't even make the coffee. Why? You didn't feel good in that restaurant, and you didn't want to stay there. Sometimes you go into a clothes store, and there's something you just don't feel right there. You're not going to buy anything, get out. You're not in harmony with the energy. If a person's upset about something and they have a smile on their face and talking to you, you know there's something wrong. It's your intuition that picks that up. It's your intuition that picked up the energy in the clothes store or in the restaurant. That's intuition. Pay attention to what's going on around you. What do you feel? Feeling is the language of the subjective mind. Intuition picks up feeling. Feeling is vibration. It's tuned into vibration. And it'll always there, and you got to get used to and good at using it, and you can. If you've seen me in a seminar, I'll frequently go over and I'll tell a person exactly what they're like. I don't even have to ask them if I'm right. I know I'm right. Because intuition is perfect. It never lies. It's Bob Proctor. Thank you.